company was started back in 1895 by a gentleman by the name of G.G. Risty. And in that time period, all the small towns in the area had their pharmacist, they had a little soda jerk, they had a little ice cream parlor, and typically they were all rolled into one. And G.G. ran it for a few years, and then his brother-in-law decided to help him out with some cash, and they bought some bottling equipment. Once they bought the bottling equipment, he continued to run it for about another 4 or 5 years, and then they sold it, and it was sold about 2 or 3 different times until the Arnold Morgan family bought it. And when the Morgan family bought it, they had bought it in the early 50s, and they continued to run it. And we actually had bought it from one of Arnold's sons and his grandson. My name is Bob Hanson. I'm the owner of Spring Grove Soda Pop. When we bought the soda pop plant, my wife and I didn't realize how much people focused Spring Grove with the soda pop. It's always been a little Norwegian community to us, and which was great. It's got all its little festivals and quirks and stuff like that. But when we bought the soda pop, it was just like a light turned on for both of us that how much this business means to this community. And we've just tried to do our best to keep it going vibrant and continue to make it grow. Well, when Mr. Risty started, from what I've been told, the flavors that he started with, there were 3. One of them was strawberry, another was root beer, and the other one was grape. We offer 9 flavors. Strawberry, black cherry, cream soda, creamy orange, grape, root beer, lemon sour, orange, and blueberry. The most unusual flavor that we've had is probably the blueberry. We started to bottle that for Blainsboro Rhubarb Festival, and we ended up putting our own label on it. I think my favorite flavor is always the same. It never really varies, is the cream soda. I absolutely love the cream soda. It's got a very unique flavor. Our cream soda is a real big seller. It's the old-fashioned cream soda. A lot of the cream sodas you get today are, I call them blonde because they're clear or they're a yellowish tint. Ours is actually dark, is a dark cream soda. When we're bottling, the first thing that we'll do is we'll have the bottles are all pre-labeled. So we'll be putting the bottles onto the line, and then they'll go through a rinse cycle. And once they come through the rinse cycle, they'll go into the filler room. And once in the filler room, they're going to go right to the filler. But the process actually starts upstairs because, like I said prior, we have mixed our flavors upstairs in our syrup room, and we're sending those down. It's a gravity flow system. So the flavor is coming down, it'll go into our carbo mix. And what happens there is we're gonna blend the soda, the syrup, and the water together. It's gonna go into our carbo cooler, and there we're gonna chill it down to about 33 degrees, 34, 33 degrees, and once it's cooled, it's gonna get CO2 pushed into it. The CO2 adheres to the soda a lot better if it's cold than if it's warm. So now your soda, when it comes out of there, is ready to drink. It's got the CO2 pushed into it, it's nice and cold, it's about 34 degrees, and we'll push that over into our filler, and then we'll fill. We'll fill our bottles, and they'll come out of the filler full, and then they'll go through a capper, go through a little bit of a rinse cycle, and then they'll come back around to a little round table, accumulation table, and we'll typically have 1 to 2 people there boxing them up and sending them on their merry way. Well, I think that people actually really are looking for the old-time flavor, something that they just can't get everywhere. You know, there's a Coke machine and a Pepsi machine in every corner, or two, and people really are going back to the nostalgia of it. They like it in the glass bottle. They like it that it's made with pure cane sugar, and they just want to get that old-time flavor again. I would say that our biggest drinkers of it are probably mid-30s and up, because they actually want a quality soda. I think as a small business, a typical small business in the United States, you're trying to make ends meet. You're trying to do the best you can to grow your business, to make it profitable, and maybe sell it to somebody for huge money. Little different story here. When we bought it, absolutely, we had the same dreams everyone else does when they buy a small business. But that changed rather quickly, because we found out how much this town, actually not just the town, the whole couple of counties really treasure this little business, and they support it immensely. You know, it just makes you feel good. We're just enjoying what we do, and it's keeping this little business alive, strong and alive, and that means a lot to us. So that the next person that does get it is going to have a strong business to jump into and continue the heritage of the Spring Grove Soda Pop.